Hello everyone, my name is Carolyn and I welcome you live from Santa Monica to the Fashion and Entertainment Talk Show. Our guest is born Nigerian, went to school in Miami. He is an accomplished and seasoned actor in movies like Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice, Django Unchained, and a variety of television shows like Mars, MacGyver, The Blacklist, The Invisible Man, just to name a few. I welcome to our show the one and only Sammi Rotibi.
Hey.
How are you?
Hi, how you doing? Thanks
Welcome.
for having me.
Oh, thanks for coming. I'm so honored to have you here.
It's my pleasure.
Well,
thank you.
You're very welcome. So tell me, born Nigerian,
Yeah.
tell me, what was it like growing up?
Wow, it's been so long. It was great growing up in Nigeria. You know, that's my heritage. That's my soul. That's my foundation, and that goes with me everywhere I go. I grew up in a big family. You know, brothers and sisters, you know, and I'm the youngest boy. And,
The baby.
Yeah, the baby boy. And yeah, it was great growing up in Nigeria. And then I was fortunate enough, you know, my brothers were in the States and my sisters were in Europe. And also our family in Nigeria, in Lagos. And yeah, so, I mean, I love being from Nigeria. That's, you know, that's Africa. That's my soul. That's my foundation. But that's helped me through my life and being in different places and, you know, being in London briefly back and forth and then coming to the States and then, you know, and going to school in Miami and then coming to LA.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So finish the sentence for me, Sammi. If I wasn't an actor, I would be a...
Oh man, I would be a fighter pilot.
Yeah.
I've always, when I was a kid, I wanted to be an aeronautic engineer and fly fighter jets.
Nice.
Yeah, and I one of the great things about being an actor, I was fortunate enough, I was invited by the Blue Angels, so I actually got to fly on an F-18 Hornet with a pilot like a Top Gun.
Nice. Were you scared?
Yeah, you know, they gassed the plane out for me for 45 minutes. I lasted 22, you know, and I didn't puke, I didn't pass out. And so that's great. I mean, a lot of my actor friends were jealous. How'd you get that? You know, but I was fortunate because I did the movie Tears of the Sun with Bruce Willis, and we had a lot of Navy pilots, and you know, it's about the special ops going on a rescue mission. So, you know, I was invited, being the catalyst of the story, the kid that they were all trying to protect. So my publicist was able to set that up, and I was, you know, because you can't say, oh, I want to go fly with, I mean, that's the U.S. Navy, you know, military. And I feel so blessed and honored. Actually, my pilot's call sign is 7, and he's one of the baddest MF. You know? Yes. So that was a great excitement. That was a great thrill. It's still the biggest, I would say, apart from you know, being on set working with some amazing actors. I would say that's one of the greatest thrill of my life.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
In the past, Sammi, has anyone ever told you that you was not going to be a successful actor?
Not necessarily, no. I've been fortunate. I've had people that have been very supportive, and you know, but then you also, I remember a story was I took a class. It was in the beginning stages of my acting career, when I came to LA, when I decided to really become an actor. I was taking classes at some acting studio, and I remember the acting teacher was like, well, I can't really, your accent is a mixture of African this and blah, blah, blah. You know, I don't, you know, basically saying, you know, basically what he was trying to say was like, you know, put me in a box that should be like, is either the African American or the African and this. I'm like,
Yes.
you know what, F you. I worked out of class. 6 months later, I got my first co-star in NYPD Blue. So when someone tells me I can't do something, it's like just the way we were raised up in Nigeria, you know, very strict upbringing, and you know, my father told me never let anyone talk down upon you or talk down upon anyone, and never, you know, always do your best. If you believe you can do something, you can do it. And you know, for that, when he told me I can't, you know, I won't be successful, I can't make it in this industry, I just said no. You know, guess what? I'm going to prove you wrong, and even more, I'm going to prove myself right that I can do it.
Right.
And so 6 months later, I was fortunate to play a role on NYPD Blue, and after that, I got invited back and did a guest star, totally different role. So it just kind of tells you, like, if you believe in something, if you put in the work, you know, you got to work hard. You know, I worked on my accent. I'm still working on my accent till today. I think as an artist, you never stop learning. You're constantly pushing yourself to be better, because the competition actually now is kind of so intense.
Yes.
You got to be on top of your game. It's just like a sports or football player or basketball player. Michael Jordan didn't become Michael Jordan just by, you know, he practiced. He's the first to get on court, and he's the last one to leave, you know, even Kobe Bryant. So all those greats, you have to put in the work, and I was fortunate to be doing what I love doing now, you know.
You talked about your first acting role in NYPD Blue. What did you do with your first check? You got paid. What did you buy?
Wow. I think, to be honest with you, I you know, then it wasn't a big check, so I think I just kind of put it back into my acting studies.
Yes.
To be better, then, you know, pay some bills. You gotta pay the rent.
Yes.
And you know, I didn't really do much. You know, I really wanted to study and just be better.
Yes.
And what you know, that was the career I chose, and I never looked back. You know, I went to school. I got my A in architecture at the age of 19, and I was going for my bachelor's at CSUN. That's why I transferred up to LA. But when I decided to be an actor, I felt that I needed to work hard. So any money that I made, I would put into my acting classes just to get better, and you know, to be able to go out into the world and actually deal with, you know, the competition. And
Yes.
you
That's
know,
a great investment in
yeah,
you.
yeah,
Yes,
absolutely.
absolutely. Tell me, most embarrassing moment, on set or off set?
Oh my God. The most embarrassing moment. God, I can't. That's I'm I think probably. Oh my God, that's so. Wow, that's a very good question. That you just kind of speechless. I'm usually not speechless.
Well,
I think what I was saying in my personal life years ago, I was out with friends, and there's a girl I was with I took to the beach and ran into the beach, and I kept coming out and my pants
you left them in the water.
in the water, and I was oops.
That is hilarious.
And then the water is cold, you
Yes.
know. Yeah,
my goodness.
it's hilarious.
That is hilarious. Tell me, Sammi, television or film?
Well, back then, you know, a lot of film actors, I was fortunate to start out doing a lot of films. But now there's so many good content on TV, you know. It's not just the major networks like ABC, NBC, CBS, or Fox. I mean, now you got streamlines like Netflix, you got Amazon, you got FX, you know, so there's a lot of, and now if you see, you got a lot of great content on TV right now. And if you notice, a lot of film stars are coming to do TV, and they have doing a production deal with whatever network, you know, like Nicole Kidman you know, and Reese Witherspoon, you know, they did what is it, Big Little Lies or something, and there's some shows, and if you notice, they also produce on this, so because it's great content, you know. Before you never get film stars to do TV, but now there's so many platform and opportunity, you know, to showcase your talent and also get an opportunity to produce, you know, which in the long run, and also you get actors now get an opportunity to also direct. They actually put in their contract after a few years in a series that's doing well, and they want to direct, you know, like, you know, David Schwimmer is from Friends, he started directing, and all the actors are directing as well, you know, kind of like doing other different things, not just doing acting.
Right.
So you have to be versatile and be able to do a lot.
And not just be one-dimensional.
Yeah, one-dimensional. Yeah, exactly.
Yes, makes total sense. Are you a goal setter? Are you someone that writes everything down, or you just kind of take life as it comes?
I take like life as it comes.
Yes.
I'm not really. I don't write down, but I kind of, from my upbringing, from strict family upbringing in Nigeria, I kind of know, it's kind of ingrained in my being, and I just kind of know what I need to do, what I need to work on, what I, you know, even when I go on meetings, I talk to my reps, what do you need, what do I need to do, what is feedback, and then I work on that, and, you know, and I just, it becomes part of you once you start, you know, when you start kind of training yourself to think that way. And some people write it down. They say it's a great thing to write it down. Sometimes, like beginning of the year, I'll write like my goal, and I put it in my office. I put it on the wall. I also put it when I come out of my bedroom. There's a post that I put right between my bedroom and my bathroom. So every morning I get up before I leave, I see it. When I go to my office to read my scripts or to work on my script or my scene, it's right there. And I put in quotes from my favorite, you know, actors like Peter O'Toole. Sidney Poitier is one of my favorite mentors. His book, Measure of a Man, is like a Bible to me. And Denzel and you know, just kind of try to follow in their footsteps, and, you know.
I like that. Who would be your most influential person, both in your personal life as well as in the business or the industry?
I think the person is mostly influential to me, that's still kind of on my shoulder, is my father. Because my father was a very strict and very hardworking, and he instilled the discipline and the pride of being a black man, of being a man, period. And just never, you know, he went through a lot to provide for us, to give us what we had, what we have. And even though he's been dead now for 13 years, every day when I get up, no matter what I do, I still feel him on my shoulders. So I would say he's the most influential person in my life personally. But then the person, like I said, that inspires me a lot is, and I see what he went through, being a black man from Nassau, from the Bahamas. It was Sidney Poitier, like what he went through to be, you know, one of the first African-American leading men in film, and, you know, and that, to me, it's someone to look up to, that just inspires me. And he's such a wonderful man. I got a chance to meet him. You know, he's in his 80s now, I believe, but he's done so much. And he inspires me a lot. And you know, I was glad that in my lifetime I'm able to see that we have a black president, and Barack Obama and Michelle Obama, and I think those are very influential people, very debonair, very class educated, you know, family man, and that to me is very. I think it's a big motivator in my life, and hopefully to a lot of kids out there.